is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with that analysis. We're going to talk about Trey Burke and the Dallas Mavericks. This is their signing going into the playoffs where they're going to try to move up, which is going to be difficult in the West, but they still do have an opportunity to do that. But this is the first playoffs we get to see Porzingis and Luka Doncic together trying to win a title, which they could possibly do in the future. I think they're a piece or two away from being a legitimate contender in the NBA, but they do have their franchise player. We always wondering that they missing the playoffs. How are they going to become back a contender without no franchise player? And then they make the Luka trade. Luka lives up to the hype that we all felt like he was the best player in the draft. He's a generational player. They was a team that took the gamble on him. They was a team that believed he was. 2 years later, he's an all-star and an all-NBA player and a guy that's almost averaging 30, 10, and 10, which nobody really seen coming, even the Mavericks as an organization. But it shows you that they made the right decision. And the best part about it is he came so quick because Dirk retired last year, and then this year they're back in the playoffs competing for a higher seed or the same seed. And basically, once you get into the playoffs, you're competing for a championship. Whether if you have a legitimate shot or not, you're still in the chance to get one until you're eliminated. So it's good to see that it happened so quickly. It's good to see that they're going in the right path. And it was good they took a gamble on Porzingis, a guy that's so long and so tall and basically a unicorn, because we haven't really seen any player that tall with that type of touch, mobility, and shot blocking capabilities. And they have two special cornerstones, pillars, to keep this foundation high and steady. So I love what they're doing already. For them to get that gamble on Luka and it pay off, them willing to get rid of Dennis Smith Jr. and some pieces to go all in on Porzingis and give him a 5-year contract that we didn't know how good he was going to be. We didn't even know how he was going to come back, but they believed that he was going to be healthy, he was going to be ready, and he was going to be able to live up to that contract, and they gave it to him so quick, and that's the contract that he wanted, and they let him know, we want you here. You're one of our biggest pieces, and we want to invest in our future, and you're going to be a big part of that. And that's the best way to get a guy on board. That's a way to get a guy to stay another 5 years when his contract is up. Once you believe in them, once you show them that they're part of the family, they're part of the team, people look at you different, people think about you different, and that does give you an edge over other pursuers in the future just because you took the gamble to trade for him and you locked them down to the contract that even the Knicks didn't really want to give him, and you was able to take a gamble on a guy that just tore his ACL, which is a huge injury to a big man, especially one that relies a lot on mobility and finesse. And honestly and truthfully, it has paid off as they have instantly became a playoff team. Coming into this season, I didn't even have this team as a playoff team because I honestly and truthfully didn't believe they had enough. And I think they didn't have enough good defense to really be competitive in the loaded Western Conference. But I was wrong, and I have to admit that. But I also didn't see Luka Doncic turning into one of the best players so quickly. I thought he had a decent rookie season. He wasn't as efficient, turned the ball over a lot, and really went through a lot of little nagging injuries. And this year, he has some nagging injuries, but he has expanded his game. He has taken his game to another level, and he has become the focal and the load of the offense. And the reason why it functions and the reason why it's so dominant is because of the way he handles the ball, the way he sets up his teammates, and the way he is basically unguardable one-on-one, and how smart he is to get rid of the ball, get to his spots. And he is a guy that has a lot of confidence in his game, and he walks the walk and talks the talk. Now it's just about how many titles can he win in Dallas. because that's how well he has played. He has already became one of the top players in the NBA, and now it's just about getting a team around him that gives him that ability to have a legitimate shot at the championship. And then it's just up to Luka Doncic to get it done and deliver one to Dallas, which Dirk has done as an MVP and the Finals MVP and champion, all in the Dallas Maverick uniform, and has only played his entire career for one organization, which is tough to do. But I don't see a reason why Luka can't do that either, as is really no reason to get rid of him unless he goes through a major injury that changes the course of his career, which we don't know if that's going to happen. But what I do know is that you look at guys like Seth Curry, a guy that can play the one or the two, can knock down threes, can space out the floor, can create a little bit his own shot. You look at Willie Cauley-Stein sitting out. He will not be playing with the Mavericks, which is a disappointment because he was a big part of what they was trying to do as a rebounder, as a rim protector, and as a finisher around the rim. It is a little disappointing that he won't be playing when he should be, because he should be trying to get a better contract. He should be trying to prove some type of loyalty to the Mavericks, who traded for him and showed interest in keeping him. And now he's not even going to play at all. That's hugely disappointing. Jalen Brunson, bang and swang, is a great, solid point guard. I think that he has been a good boost to them, especially late, how he got picked up. But he has been productive for where he was coming into his career. Tim Hardaway Jr. is a guy that's definitely overpaid at this point, considering that he does come off the bench and he does show that he can knock down threes and he can be a great complementary player, but he's definitely not a $20 million player as he's paid like right now. But he is a capable player. He is a guy that can get buckets, and he is a guy that if he can continue to work on his off-ball game and his three-point shooting game, he can be a valuable piece to another team in the future. But he is getting older, and the league basically know what he is and what he ain't right now, and that's going to change the course of how he's going to be dealt with in free agency. Justin Jackson, a scoring boost off the bench. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist just gave them another wing that can defend and give them a different look and a different type of lineups they can throw out there. He can play the 3 to 4, and he can also play the 2, and he gives them that wing defender that they didn't have. That really helps Doncic a lot because he can carry the offense with Porzingis basically by themselves, especially if you add one more shooter on the court. So they needed that wing defender, and Gilchrist fills that void. Maxi Kleber has been a solid role player for them. Courtney Lee won't be playing. Boban only plays during certain lineups, certain minutes. Not really a reliable player for them. That's why it hurts not having Stein. But one thing I will say, they still do have Porzingis, who has had a decent season coming off his ACL injury and can play the 5 and probably is at best when with Luka at the 5, just because he can shoot threes. He is a matchup nightmare for a lot of 5s nowadays because they can't guard him. He's too quick. He gets them out of the paint. He can knock down mid-range and 3s, and he can face up on guys that are slow, and he can get to the rim and finish with dunks and lobs. So Porzingis is a valuable player, and I think his position should be center. And if he shows the way he showed a couple months ago, being at the center position, that might be where he needs to be, especially if Cauley-Stein isn't going to play. And then DeLon Wright having a solid season for them. A lot of people thought he was good. A lot of people thought he could play. But now he has shown that he belongs in the league. He is a capable player, and he does have a future in the league, even though he is getting a little older. He is a valuable player to this team. Same with Seth Curry. Same with Maxi Kleber and Tim Hardaway Jr. So they got decent role players. They got guys that can shoot. They got their superstar player. They got their second best player. They got a lot of things figured out. And like I said, they even have their wing defender that can guard and switch multiple positions in Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. So now it's just about staying healthy. It's about getting on the same page. And now it's about trying to figure out what they're going to do to have their best chance to go further in the playoffs, as it looked like this team most likely will be a first-round exit. And if not, they definitely going to put up a fight because they are tough to guard, one of the best offenses ever. And a lot of it has to do with how well they move the ball, how well they space the floor, and how dominant Luka Doncic is one-on-one. But I do like Trey Burke. He gives them a solid point guard, a guy that can handle the ball a little bit, create a little bit, and also being able to shoot the 3 ball. He isn't the biggest piece. He isn't the biggest game changer, but in Philly, this was a guy that gave 5 points, basically 6 points a game, 46% from the field, 42% from three, and he did play in 25 games and get 13 minutes. Before then, he had a solid season in New York. He had a solid season in Dallas a couple years ago where he didn't have the greatest numbers, but for his style of play, it was exceptional. And he has shown that he can give you double-digit points. He can get hot. He can pass and set up teammates. He can space out the floor, and he can knock down shots and make plays. And even though he didn't live up to the hype as a college player, he is a quality role player, especially when you're basically getting him basically for nothing. And he is a capable player still at this point in his career, and he still do want to prove that he got a couple more years to go. So why not take that chance and that gamble on him where you're not really giving up nothing, you're not really risking anything, and he is an NBA player still in this point of his career. So it's not like you're getting nothing or you're really trying to find something. You're getting a guy that has proven he can play, proven that he has a role in this league, and proven that he can be a productive player at the end of the day, still in the league. So I like to pick up for Trey Burke, especially because they gave up nothing, they paying him nothing, and he still has to prove it to other teams. So he's still going to want to go out there and do his thing. Plus, you do need another way to have more offense, and I think that he will put that in. Honestly and truthfully, he can still do that. Other than anything else, he definitely can do that. So that's all I got to say about the Mavericks and Trey Burke. Great pickup, great price, and at the end of the day, this is a position that they may not definitely need it, but it's good to get some type of help than no help. And Trey Burke is some good help at this point in his career. So check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Like on Facebook to show your support. Like the video, like and share. If you already like, thanks for the love and the support. Now, other than that, I make videos just like this, discussions, summer league, NBA playoff predictions, season previews. Also cover trade deadline and free agency, and also everything NBA. So if you love the NBA, this is the channel for you. Like I said, like on Facebook, like the video, share. It helps this channel grow. But other than that, Quinn Wade Basketball signing out. And check out my merchandise, like I said in the beginning of the video. That will also be in the description in the comment section below. I'm gone. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. And this will be out on Friday at 12 o'clock for people that, may think I'm late. It's on purpose.